Hey everybody, my name's Logan Stout. Welcome to this week's Stout Advice. This week's word is communication. Communication. I firmly believe one of the number one breakdowns in relationships is simply a result of a breakdown in communication. I think it's so interesting how when people don't communicate on a regular basis, people assume the worst. I'll give you an example. Think about a time when you text somebody or call somebody and they don't get back to you. Now, maybe I'm the only one on the planet that has this thought process, but I doubt it. My thought process is this: why aren't they texting me back? Why aren't they replying to my email? Why aren't they calling me back? And you start assuming the worst, right? When there's that breakdown in communication, you always assume the worst. I promise you, when you don't get a reply, text, phone call, email, I promise you, you're not sitting there going, I bet they're doing great. Right now, when you don't get that reply, you instantly start thinking, are they mad at me, right? Or what happened? Blah, 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 blah. In fact, it's funny, there's a young lady that was texting me some questions back and forth, and I was in the middle of a World Series. I was coaching baseball with the Dallas Patriots, and so we're in the middle of a game. So I put my phone off, and I put it in my bag during the game, and then after the game, I grabbed my phone and I replied back to the text. So we're in the middle of a text exchange, communicating back and forth, and a few minutes go by, and so I get on my phone, and I had like 5 text messages from this individual, and one of them just said, "Why the crickets? Why aren't you responding?" And then I don't remember what else she said, but she said some things, and finally I said, relax, I was just coaching a baseball game. Sorry, 2 issues. Number 1, it was funny how she assumed something bad was happening. Number 2, my breakdown in communication led her to think something bad was happening. I should have said, hey, I'm gonna be tied up for a couple hours coaching a game, I'll get back, and I'll reply to your text after the game. I should have said that. Bottom line is this: communication is critical to successful relationships, to successful ventures. Get it all out on the table. Communicate. When things are going on in your mind and you're not communicating them to the people that you live life with, that leads to breakdowns. It leads to bad assumptions. It leads to you being pent up inside going, God, I just wish they would do this. I just wish they would do that. Well, if you don't communicate what's going on in your mind, people can't read your mind. With the Dallas Patriots, I'm going to reference them again. We have staff meetings. And once a year, we'll take a company retreat where we brainstorm and we try to make things better. We talk about, we reply to all the parent surveys and we look at what they say to us about things we can improve upon, right? And it's so critical in those staff meetings. I tell our staff, look, you have got to communicate the good, bad, and the ugly, right? If you think that something's not the way it should be, don't keep it inside. Tell us so we can improve. All right, action item number 1. Write down where in your life you could communicate better, right? Maybe there's things going on in life where you have these things pent up inside of you and you don't communicate how you feel. Maybe it's to your spouse, maybe it's to your kids, maybe it's to a coworker, maybe it's to friends, where you hold all your feelings inside. Okay, I want you to write down all those situations. Action item number 2, communicate, right? Set up a meeting. It's not fun necessarily, but set up a meeting with the person or the people and just communicate how you feel in a good, constructive, healthy way, okay? I hope you understand the importance of communication, right? Both how you communicate to people and then, of course, how you respond to people who communicate to you. Thank you for joining us this week on Stout Advice.